Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where I'm going to give you my reaction and review to Spice by Scandal with the tie-in video that goes along with it. Now, as always, if you want to see the reaction side of this review, I just did that, and you can watch that by pausing the review video, clicking the link in the description below, which opens a separate little YouTube player so that you can watch the song with me and see the reaction. And then once you've watched that, if you wish to watch it, then you can come back over here and see the review that I'm about to give you. So you ready? Here comes the review. Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, here we go. So, Spice. This is a very interesting song. Now, on a lot of the basic elements, I guess we could say it's a normal Scandal song. Yeah, I don't think that's what it comes across as in the final analysis. So the things that make it fairly normal for Scandal, yeah, it's a rock song with a sort of a pop sensibility. You know, it knows how to not be so hard as to be alienating. Yeah, in those ways you could say it is very Scandal, but certainly from the Scandal I've heard, it does have a little bit of a difference, which is with this one, it's going for that sort of harder edge. In that it sounds, I gave the comparison of The Offspring just while I was listening to it, and I'm thinking more of the sort of the slightly around the turn of the millennium Offspring albums, things like Conspiracy of One, Splinter, things like that. It has that sort of quality of being kind of hard energied and yet also sort of well produced. It's got sort of a nice smooth quality. Like the guitars are loud and big, but they're not gnarly at the same time. It's got a lot of hard hitting drums, but the drums also sound sort of quite nicely recorded. It's got that almost like house trained quality. It's like a house trained tiger, and that's kind of how this feels. In that it is. Like I say, it's energetic, but it's also very palatable. Now, a lot of the time with Scandal songs, when they're going for the pop rock side of things, they tend to go for, a lot of the ones I've heard at least, they've got a slightly gentler quality to the guitars. The guitars are not quite this big and loud in a lot of their songs. It also goes the other way in that you have some of the songs where it does go more like that. I'm thinking on the most recent album, Kiss from the Darkness, they had, I think it's AMDKJ. That one felt like it was trying to be, just in my opinion, I've got to admit, I'm one of the few people, a lot of people like that song. It didn't really do very much for me. I didn't dislike it, but I wasn't really a big fan of it either. And for me, it felt like it was trying to be hard and it kind of missed the point. It didn't land at all for me. I think it didn't help was the melody. I didn't really enjoy the melody of it at all. I just felt like it was not a single. And its attempts to sound rocky kind of fell a bit flat for me. It just didn't feel like it managed to carry the energy. This song, perhaps maybe by streamlining and simplifying things a bit, actually felt like it really carried the energy. It had, again, maybe drawing the Offspring comparison maybe is a good one again, in that it went for a very sort of simple writing style. Like when the verse first came in, everything broke down to just the vocal melody and just like the drum beat was just snare, snare, snare. I was thinking, okay, is this oversimplistic? Are they maybe selling themselves a bit short on, doing something a little bit more interesting? But then as the song went on, it became clear that the whole ethos of that was kind of the point. It had that sort of, like I say, that Offspring kind of punky sensibility to it, but also again, to use that comparison again, keep on using the same comparison, but it is quite apt here. Also being able to sound quite well produced and radio friendly, to be fair. So yeah, for me, it worked in a way that I hadn't heard from Scandal before. It sounded to me, this was the first time I'd heard Scandal do a song that sounded to me genuinely heavy, but at the same time maintaining the Scandal quality of being palatable and radio friendly, and it just worked. And I do think that the simplicity of the writing style helped, because it needed to be straightforward. It needed to be not overcomplicated. It needed to be something where it was just about the energy, because that's something that Scandal do very well. Another song that I keep on coming back to of theirs is again actually off of Kiss from Darkness, Saisho Hei Kimi. Always miss one of the hiragana from that. That song, I really like that. But that was a very overproduced song, though. A lot of people cited that. A lot of people weren't so keen on that. I felt that a lot of the things that worked most about that, ironically, for a song that came across quite heavy. A lot of the elements that work best about that, all kind of poppy elements. And, you know, so that was quite a complicated song in many aspects. And I think it benefited from the poppy elements. Whereas this one, you know, it was more stripped back. You know, there wasn't so many little effects and things going on. It was just about the rock. And I think it worked all the better for its rather streamlined approach. So yeah, I like this. I liked it in a very different way from most of Scandal songs I've heard before. In fact, actually, if I was to typify one of the things that I've noticed about Scandal so much, and obviously for you guys who don't know, the songs that I've knowingly heard by Scandal was a track-by-track review of the first album, Best Scandal, the most recent album, Kiss from the Darkness, and also doing the Scandal Weekend, where I checked out 6 of the singles with the music videos as well, sort of going over the course of their career. But one of the things I've noticed, certainly from doing the Scandal Weekend, is that they do have a lot of variation in sound. And a lot of that comes from being able to almost seamlessly integrate other sounds into what they do. It's often the addition of sounds that works. This was very much the case on both Best Scandal and Kiss from the Darkness. Kiss from the Darkness using more electronic sounds a lot of the time, and production elements. Best Scandal, a lot of the time, sort of using, if you like, additional, almost like additional instruments and sort of more basic sort of musical things added in to alter the sound. This is kind of an example of stripping everything back in a way that, like I said, I think AMDKJ tried to do as well, but in this case, doing it effectively, you know, realizing, I guess, as you would say about a lot of punk and hard rock, to make those styles of music work, you need to have a good melody, a good energy, a good drive, because you're taking away a lot so as to focus on the basics. And this does that effectively in a way that, like I say again, AMDKJ just didn't for me. So yeah, I think this is good. I think it's a redeeming example that Scandal can do something hard and really make it work. And yeah, I like this. I like this in a way that is different, adds something to the songs I've heard from them previously, and also gives me a confidence that Scandal can actually do heavy, you know, this form of heavy. You know, there's different types of heavy music. They can do this type of sort of hard rock song convincingly. Oh, wait a second. Did I just pause the video because my phone started ringing? I'll let you be the judge of that. Anyway, so that's my review. And yeah, like I say, it was an enjoyable one, really interesting one. And as always, though, music is subjective. Looking forward to seeing your comments in the video comment section below. You know how this works. That's what this channel's about. Music is all down to the subjective opinion after all. So justify what you think. Get in there, start the discussion. If you want a bit more discussion, remember that our other social medias are linked in the description below as well. You can like and subscribe. You know how YouTube works. And obviously a big thank you to our patrons as well for keeping the channel alive. Whether you be one or not, thank you very much to anyone who's clicked through that link and helped keep this channel going. So thank you to you for making it through to the end of this video. And until I see you in Japan, hopefully soon for the next one, for now, ciao ciao.